Yeah, so I wanted to make sure I definitely covered this. I kind of missed this one last week, but I kept it on hold and I wanted to cover it. And now I just have the time to do what I need to do in regards to this topic. This is about Amare Stoudemire. And for those of you who don't know, Amare Stoudemire, who former NBA basketball player, he also is a believer in the scriptures, in the Bible, the Torah. I don't know if he just believes in the Old Testament or if he believes in both the Old and the New Testament, but he is a strict adherent to the best of his ability, to the best of his understanding. He tries to adhere to it, even though I see that he's still getting tattoos. But that's a issue for, another channel. He made some what the mainstream or liberal media would call inflammatory comments about homosexuals when he was asked a question. And now we're going to see how they cover his comments here on this TMZ.
Amare Stoudemire has made some of the most disgusting homophobic comments we've ever heard. Really dumb. He would rather shower across the street around the corner than have a gay teammate in the locker room. Welcome to TMZ.
So I guess he was supposed to say, yeah, I would love to shower with a homosexual.
TMZ Sports, Evan here with Van.
What up?
This is absolutely disgusting. And now a former NBA player who happens to be gay is blasting Amare Stoudemire for these comments. But let's start at the beginning. Amare Stoudemire was a great NBA player, played in the league for a very long time, and is now playing for a team in Israel.
Yeah, he's one of the marquee players over there. Probably the biggest star playing Israeli basketball right now.
That's right. And a media outlet out there in Israel called Wallace Sport. They're like a huge, reputable media outlet in Israel. They were doing a segment with a bunch of Amare's teammates talking about, how would you feel if you were playing with a gay teammate? Would you be cool with that? Would you be all right with that? Most of his teammates, everybody except for Amare, said they'd be all right with it. Amare's answer was very disturbing. Take a look.
Not at all.
No, I don't have a problem with it at all.
I wouldn't have an issue. I wouldn't have an issue either.
I wouldn't have a problem.
No, as long as he didn't mess with me.
A what?
A gay player?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm going to shower across the street. Make sure my change of clothes are around the corner. And I'm going to drive, take a different route to the gym. I mean, there's always a truth within a joke.
Now, first of all, it's obvious that the previous teammates who they asked and they said they wouldn't have a problem with it. It's very, very obvious that most of them who said that they would not have a problem with it actually would have a problem with it. You could tell by their facial expression. But they knew that, well, let me just say what I need to say because I got to keep making my money. The guy next to Amare was making faces when Amare was saying what he was saying because it was like, oh boy, this is going to be a problem. All Amare did was he broke the cardinal rule of being a corporate employee, which is he spoke the truth. He told the truth. Right? When you work in a corporation, you have to speak the company line. All right. Now you have mini corporations, and then you have major corporations, and then you have worldwide corporations. All right. And like I said, you have to be very, very careful what you say to the so-called liberal media. The liberal media will lambaste you. They will castigate you if you say anything about homosexuals, lesbians, or transgenders. He has to understand that they're presently trying to figure out a way to make pedophilia, or what they call pederasty, more acceptable mainstream. They have a hard time doing it. But what they do, if you notice during, if you ever see on television or on the internet, if you see any type of gay parade or homosexual parade, they will oftentimes have little boys dressed in drag in their gay parade. That's an attempt to make pederasty, or what they call man-boy love, more acceptable. That's an early subconscious programming mechanism, is to tell you that little boys were born that way. Who are you to stop them from cross-dressing if that's what they want to do? All right. The born that way argument is an argument that they use because their end game is pederasty or man-boy love. Right. You currently have a group, a organization known as NAMBLA, NAMBLA, that has congressional representation. NAMBLA, the National Association of Man-Boy Love, or whatever it is that it stands for, whatever the acronym stands for. All right. So be on the lookout for that. They are trying. They've already succeeded with the homosexuality and the lesbianism. They've succeeded with the transgenderism. The next phase is pederasty. All right. And also bestiality. That's what they're trying to make more mainstream. All right. That's why when you see films like Beauty and the Beast, those are going into bestiality. But let's stay on topic with Amare Stoudemire.
Okay, so not only did he make disgusting comments talking about how he's so afraid of being in the locker room with a gay player that he would go across the street, but then the reporter actually gives him a chance to kind of clear up his statements, and he doubles down. He says, no, I meant what I said. There's always truth within a joke. How disturbing is this?
It's super disturbing. It's antiquated. It's a lot of things. I also think that it's dangerous. I think that it's dangerous to promote the fact that in some way you're at risk sexually by showering or being around gay people.
Well, then you know what? You should shower with a gay man if you're not doing that already. All right? He said that it's antiquated to say that you don't want to shower with a gay man. What man in his right mind wants to shower with another straight man? I mean, to be honest with you, professional sports goes into homosexuality, period. But to say that you should want to shower with a gay man, so what? So if a man says, well, you know what? You should let me shower with your daughter. I've never raped anybody. Why wouldn't I be able to shower with your daughter? Or your son? Right? Or with your wife? I mean, that's where this ends up going. I mean, if you're going to say you should be all right showering with a gay man, why would you want to, if you're a so-called straight man, why would you want to shower with a homosexual? That doesn't even make any sense.
It insinuates that like all gay people are predators and they're
predators and trying to get him and stuff like that. And this is the type.
No, not predators, just mentally disturbed.
The type of stuff, these are the type of thoughts that get into people's minds and make them be super, super discriminatory and sometimes even violent towards gay Americans.
I heard you saying this before. You described it as dangerous. I think you're 100% right.
It's super dangerous, and it's really, really irresponsible of him.
I have to wonder about your so-called orientation.
We went to John Amici. John Amici played in the NBA for a long time. After his NBA career was over, he came out as gay, and I was one of the most famous gay athletes on the planet. So we went to him and we said, look, man.
He's not a gay athlete. He's just gay. He's no longer in professional sports.
You know, what are your thoughts on this? How do you feel when you see somebody like Amare Stoudemire making these comments? And he unleashed. He said, quote, these are serious times and we need serious people to lead important conversations, not petulant man-children spouting puerile prejudice.
This is where we're at as a so-called society. You have homosexual men calling heterosexual men man-children because they will not accept their life choice. This is why I stay on the so-called left-wing liberals. When you reject their ideologies, they resort to name-calling. I think I mentioned that in one of the videos with Kaepernick when I showed that white liberal Max Kellerman. As soon as you reject one of their ideologies, they resort to it because they cannot justify their statements.
Prejudice. He went on to say that there are positive role models in sports. We should be listening to those people. Quote, not a brain jackass making a desperate grab for relevance. And then he said, lastly, could someone please tell this man to stop flattering himself? It's embarrassing. That's my favorite part.
That's another statement that they use. That's why I said before, would you allow your son to shower with a pedophile? Would you allow your daughter to shower with a rapist? Why would somebody think that a straight man would be comfortable showering with even another straight man, much less a homosexual one? I mean, that just doesn't make any sense why somebody would think that people would want to do that.
That's my favorite part of the quote, by the way.
As if everybody's going to be running and take a shower next to Amare Stoudemire or something like that. In all seriousness, though, I don't have any clue what he was thinking, or he did not know that we're past the point where we're going to tolerate
but he should know this, Van, because this happened in 2012. He unleashed a homophobic slur at somebody online and got into a lot of trouble about it, and actually issued a statement saying, I'm a huge supporter of civil rights for all people. I'm disappointed in myself for my statement to a fan. I should have known better, and there's no excuse. So he said that in 2012, and now for this to happen again in 2017, I mean, it clearly proves that the apology in 2012 was baloney.
Yeah, it was definitely baloney. It seems to me that, unfortunately, this is the type of stuff that's inside of Amare Stoudemire, man.
Yeah.
And like,
yes, as a man who believes in the Torah, it should be inside of him. If you're serious about the Bible or the Torah, and it's funny, he's playing in Israel, but they would ask him a question like that. That shows you that the people that are in Israel don't believe in the Torah. Because the Torah tells you that that act is unacceptable. And it actually tells you that it's worthy of death.
like, I don't know. I used to like the guy a lot, but I don't really feel like I can now, man.
Y'all.
Of course you can't, because if you co-sign, you know you're gonna get fired. Like I said, that's the hierarchy in and for those who don't know, the hierarchy in the liberal media is race baiting, meaning we'll side with the blacks, but what trumps that is the homosexuals, and what trumps the homosexuals are the transgenders. All right, and let me also add, what trumps the blacks is women, right? Feminism trumps the race thing, then the homosexual movement trumps the woman. If a woman attacks a homosexual and uses a homosexual slur, she will have to make herself subservient to that homosexual. All right, and transgender is the top, at least for now. Like I said before, they're heading towards pederasty.
Y'all never watch Trainwreck again. Amare Stoudemire says his homophobic comments, his vile, disgusting, awful homophobic comments, were just jokes, everybody. Just jokes. So, you know, take a laugh. Welcome back to TMZ Sports 7 here with Van.
What up?
All right. Yesterday we told you that Amare Stoudemire was in Israel, where he was asked by Israeli media how he would feel, how he would respond if he had a gay player in the locker room, and this is what he said.
Shower across the street. Make sure my change of clothes are around the corner, and I'm gonna drive, take a different route to the gym. I mean, there's always a truth within a joke.
Yeah, so pretty disgusting comments. A bunch of people have been killing him. Of course, we talked to John Amici, the NBA player. Jason Collins came out and attacked him for it. I mean, people were...
John Amici and Jason Collins, two guys who were probably molested as children, allegedly. But see, this is the society that they want. They want the products of molestation, which a lot of so-called homosexuals and lesbians are, and that's a statistical fact, right? They want them to be the standard bearers on sexuality and sexual identity, all right, to spread that type of disorder, mental disorder, to other people as something that's acceptable. Right now, all of a sudden, these people are supposed to be teachers and mavens.
upset by it. They were very
if you listen to the comments in context, you got the whole thing right there. They seem pretty indefensible.
Yeah, all right, so here's the thing. Amare has now issued an apology, which we obtained at TMZ Sports. We actually broke this story. Here's what he told us. You ready? I want to apologize for my offensive comments against the LGBT community. These remarks were taken from a larger interview where a reporter was asking me hypothetical questions, and all my answers had a comedic undertone. The answers I gave were meant to be taken as jokes, and I am deeply sorry for offending anyone. I am open to creating a dialogue to assist the fight the LGBT community encounters daily, and will continue to focus on playing basketball. Van, you buying this?
Absolutely not. And I'll tell you why. One specific reason. She asked him point blank, the reporter did, if he was joking, and he doubled down.
Yeah.
To me, he made a terrible, terrible error in judgment and tact and in taste, and got caught saying some stuff that he probably truly believes, and I don't have one iota of sympathy for him.
Here's my situation. It doesn't matter to me what he says in a statement. I don't care.
This dude Van is going real hard, man. He must either be a homosexual or he must have homosexuals in his directly in his circle or in his family, because he's going really hard. But Amare Stoudemire has to figure something out, man. Once again, like the theme that I constantly reiterate, he has to get his money. All right, he can't get on TV making these type of statements, compromising his money. Make sure that you and your family are okay. All right. When they ask you these type of questions, is to bring you into that snare. All right. That's all it's for. Now, he has to go and run back his statement and try to act like it was a joke and pull it back as if what he said was wrong, because he knows that so-called blacks don't even have a culture. So there's not even anybody to back him up and say, no, what he said was correct. He knows that he's out there on a branch by himself. So he has to understand that there's certain statements that he simply cannot make. All right. Simple as that. All he has to say is, look, they don't pay me to worry about who my teammates are. They pay me to play basketball. That's all you got to say. All right. But anyway, I just wanted to bring this out to show you how the liberal media, you see, they use the black man, Van Jones, to attack him. All right. Because the black liberals, like I said, they follow the white liberals. Simple as that. But anyway, peace.